All right, welcome on into the real estate news, filling in for the incomparable Stacy Hansen. I am Rich Reynolds. Thanks for having me. And speaking of having people along, we have Peggy Adams right now from Solidarity Realty. And Peggy, welcome on in. And if we could, talk about a little bit how the selling process works. You're the listing specialist at Solidarity Realty. Seems like a good market to sell. How do you get started?
You got it. Now, I do want to kind of emphasize, not only do I list, but I do the buying side as well. But I do prefer listing. It's kind of just a little niche of mine. And definitely the first start of the process is just to give us a call. I mean, that's pretty standard stuff, right? But, decluttering. That is something that you will realize takes a lot longer than you thought it did. So, especially if you've been in the house for a long time. So even before I come and I take a look at your place, I do say declutter it as much as possible, and then we can start talking about more of the details instead of kind of the big picture of things. So
decluttering, seems to be that first step in the whole staging process. What else does staging involve for people that don't know?
Well, now there's different types of avenues we can take. If you, have maybe a more expensive home, less furniture, something like that. There are services that you can hire out, pay, they'll bring it, they'll do it themselves. At Solidarity, we do kind of hang on to, a few minor pieces. You got your tables, we got a couch, we got a couple tables, we got some things to hang on the wall, some color. We're on Willie Street, so we definitely love color. So we do have some pieces that we can add, or we can go ahead and use what you have.
Excellent. Now, I know in the restaurant business, they would always talk about how the first bite of food is taken with the eyes. I think that's similar with real estate too. So curb appeal matters, doesn't it?
Oh, does it ever? We have folks that they don't even enter the home if they drive by it, and it just doesn't show well. And it will also help for, as we're preparing the inside of the home, to have the outside just kind of looking nice already, so that as we kind of start putting the word out there, folks can just drive by and see the outside before we get into the inside. So curb appeal's huge. It's that time of year. Flowers, have some nice, maybe little statues, a bird bath, things like that.
Now, for people that are living in their houses while they're trying to sell their houses, sometimes they're a little bit apprehensive about showings or open houses. What can people expect when that process happens?
It's really as much or as little as you like. We say let the folks get in. In this market, really, you're only dealing with about 2-3 days of serious showings. One of those days may even be an open house. So, maybe for a weekend, decide to kind of take off while those showings are happening. We'll talk to you kind of about where do we want key boxes, where do we want folks to enter, shoes on, shoes off. There's a bunch of different little things that we could talk about showing related, but yeah, definitely expect to kind of give up your house for the first 48 hours.
It seems like a seller's market. There's bidding wars going on in 15 seconds. What can people expect from that, Peggy?
Oh gosh, I say spreadsheets. They have been a miracle for our sellers. So, when we're getting 4 offers, we throw them on a spreadsheet, and it's a lot easier to spell out the terms.
Excellent. Peggy from Solidarity Realty, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.